one that needs to do with weather, the government agency that needs to do should call me and tell the farmers, this is what you have to do, this is what you need to do. So these are the problem. Then also, the government needs to subsidize for farmers. They need to subsidize seed, cost of seed. They need to subsidize cost of implements. They need to subsidize fertilizer and some other things that farmers are using, because now those things are very costly. You understand? And when you now look at it and you want to go into farming, you consider the cost of the cost of implementing your farm plan, and with what you are coming out or what you want to gain, and if you don't see good product, or good investment, if you don't see it as good investment, you won't do it. That's why some farmers, they don't actually stay long in this industry, because when you put effort, you put strength, you put money, and you don't actually see what as you don't actually get a return on your investment, it's discouraged. You understand? Then also, if the government can also, like we've mentioned it, but I can only maybe just broaden it more, like farm implement can also be subsidized. You understand? Right, cost of tractors, renting, government should also make that available in each local government. You understand that each local government can get to tractors to use in their farm, and it should not be within some class. It should be what everybody can access. You understand? So these are the things that these are these problems that farmers are actually facing, because they don't have this and that. Then also, labor is part of the problem. We have before now, people don't actually want to. Some people don't want to go into farming. You understand? Because they see cheap money on Okada riding, they see cheap daily money on all this. So we need labor also is part of the problem that we in these sectors, or these SME in agricultural sectors are also facing. So I believe when all these things are put in place, where government can come in, they help. Individuals or citizens also, we always perform their own due diligence, or their own civil rights in order to support the system, you understand, or the country, in making sure that we have enough food, we have enough food and other agricultural produce. Because it's not, when we talk about agriculture, it's not all about food that agriculture is all about. Agriculture is beyond provision of food. There are some people that are into some animal or some ants that give other things. They are not producing food, e.g. like silicon. It produces wool. It does food. You understand? So agriculture is wide. So it's not only food alone that we expect in agriculture. It goes beyond food to some other aspect or other sector. Right. So if government can come in to help ease the burden on agric for the citizen, I believe there will be a lot of things that we can still gain. A lot of benefit is there for the nation. A lot of benefit is there for the nation and for the citizens too. So, and also in few time or period, it's going to be a Nigeria to the world. when all these things are there, we export, we have exports, and our export commission also in Nigeria. We have work to do. So thank you. Because
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Fahimi. You have made so salient points as to what provision needs to be put in place for smallholder farmers, and that's actually very important, especially with the fact that and people are no longer interested in farming. Those that are interested, they are scared of the security of the nation, and that's, for me, that's a number one point to be addressed. Before, it used to be just up north, but now it's the insecurity issues everywhere. And if Nigeria as a country, both the individual, because I just feel that everybody should just be involved in this, not just the government alone. Everybody has to be involved in this whole mishap happening in the country right now. So for insecurity, it's something that, this is not even an agri policy thing. It's something that the government has to provide security for all, whether for agriculturists, whether for construction, whether for education, whether for health. Every sector in the country actually needs the security that we're talking about, basically.
Very, very important.
So I just, while you were talking about subsidizing of tractors, of farm implements and all of that, my mind was going to mechanization of farming, and that's actually very important. But then in time past, you will see that there was a time in this country where some of these things were provided, but they are actually wasting away in some local governments now. There are tractors, there are whatever farm implements that are in some places that are wasting away right now, and sometimes you get to wonder if there is no succession in plans, if there is no succession in policy development in Nigeria, where one policy comes, provides something, and then the other government comes, and then another policy, and it's against the other one, then they keep
changing policy,
changing
inconsistency.
And that's actually a very big deal in the nation. And one of the conversations we had here earlier, we were talking about legislation of policies, and so that it becomes a law that outlive the person that's going. For example, if there is if the policies right now on agriculture are legislated, when Buhari is going, any other person that is coming in, Tinubu that's coming in, knows that he has to sustain it because it has been legislated and all of those things. So the basic question I also need to ask, as it has to do with smallholder farmers, is the fact that we know that the the food chain is actually a very long one. It's a very long one, from the production to the manufacturer to the processor to the storage to a whole lot of things that we need to do. And then at the end of the day, SMEs will have to even come later. The agri SMEs and all of that will have to come later. There is this. The basic stage is the stage of the farmers, which are the primary producers and all that. So for primary producers, now that people are no longer interested, and then even before now, people used to feel that agriculture is a dirty man thing. No, people are not interested in agriculture. For example,